Hey, what up, it's Rona, aka Cinematic Cisse, and today I'm gonna tell y'all this ain't impossible. Nothing's impossible. Many people think in their mind that something's hard because they haven't got where they want to be. And I know it's been years, year after year after year, no results. You get to the same place. Like I said in one of my other videos, you spent money, thousands of dollars to get your dream fulfilled, and it didn't happen yet. You don't know the right people. You did what you're supposed to do, and nothing's happened. You meet people who suddenly met the right people or just knew someone to get in with the industry, and you're discouraged, because I've been there myself. Didn't know the right people, didn't know anyone that'd help me. Folks said they would help me, but they lied, they turned their back on me, stole my ideas. I was bitter about it for a moment, but don't let that bitterness seep in. Nothing is impossible. This is not impossible. Don't let just because how long it takes make it seem like it ain't gonna happen. If God put the vision in your heart, it is gonna happen. Just like the children of Israel, when they were leaving Egypt, it was a long journey. It seemed like they'll never get to the promised land, but they did. But they went through a lot of stumbling blocks. They doubted along the way. They were weary, angry, upset. The mental anguish of that journey, it's hard. And what you're going through right now, it's hard. That mental anguish, I know it's unbearable. It's unexplainable sometimes. You try to tell that to somebody who's not doing what you're doing, they think you're crazy. Then after a while, you think you're crazy because of something somebody else said. And you know what? You ain't crazy. I'm not crazy. Like I said, I thought I was crazy for years. I'm the first one in my family doing this. God gave me a strong vision, and I'm going to fulfill it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It's been taking me 6 years to get a certain film off the ground, and I'm not going to let that stop me. Don't matter how long it is. Just like the children of Israel. Like I said, they went through a long journey, but they got there to the promised land. And in due season, you will get to your promised land, to the place God has for you. And when you get there, you're going to keep it. You didn't take shortcuts like these other folks did, because some folks ain't got the maturity to handle what you can handle. Yeah, they might have everything you want, but guess what? Some folks, they'll lose it because of immaturity or just a stupid decision. But you, on the other hand, you're going to keep everything you got, and they're going to envy you. They're going to be listening to your music, watching you on the big screen, and looking at your name on the big screen. So don't let, like I said, I don't mean to repeat myself, this stop you. Just like Clark become a Superman, that was a long journey. It didn't just happen like that. Yeah, he had all the abilities in him, but each season he developed a new ability that he already had. But he had to go through some things to get there. The last episode of Smallville, he flew. His whole life he wanted to fly. He flew that one time when he was possessed as Kal-El, but as Clark, he didn't believe he had it in him to fly, but he had it in him the whole time. But at the right moment, he flew, and he saved Lois and the president. And at the right moment, your dreams will happen at the appointed time. Just like a movie's release date, it gets delayed to months, to years, but at the right time, it comes out. When it's supposed to come out, you will shine when you're supposed to shine. Not a day before, not a day later. Just like in Avengers, when Doctor Strange went to that lady, I forgot her name. No, it wasn't Doctor Strange, it was Hulk. When he went to the lady from the Doctor Strange movie, I forgot it, forgive me, y'all forgot her name. She told him, oh, it's too early. She had spiritual insight. She knew it wasn't his time. Sometimes when we try to push things, it's not our time. It's too early. We're not supposed to be there right now. You're at where you're supposed to be at right now. I'm at where I'm supposed to be at right now. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, we're struggling. I'm struggling. We're all struggling. But like I said, you will get there in due season. But all these, you got to develop some qualities in you to get there. Because imagine going somewhere and you don't know how to handle it. Just like if the superheroes became a superhero too early, it doesn't make sense. They couldn't handle the journey. It would be too much for them. But they did it when they were supposed to do it. And you will be there when you're supposed to be there. I don't mean to repeat myself, but I'm just so passionate. So many people get weary and get discouraged because things ain't happening for them right now. That happened to me. Many times I wanted to quit and give up just because it didn't happen, because other folks outdid me. Just like TMC, the marathon continues. This is a marathon. This ain't a race. So what if folks are ahead of you? There's folks way ahead of me. They got massive credits. They have cars, all these things. So what? That's their blessings. And some folks, like that saying goes, grass is greener on the other side because it's fake, or grass is greener on the other side because it could be a green screen. Don't let a green screen fool you. That's just deception. Deep underneath, they don't have those qualities like you do. You're doing it for real. You have the real qualities. That's just green screen. That's just an effect. Just like in the Bruce Lee movies and the Enter the Dragon, the enemy has illusions. Satan is the master of deception. Don't let him deceive you saying, ha ha, look at those people. They're not even believers, or they're not even trying to get there, and they're where you want to be. Look at you. God don't love you. You're not good at what you're doing. You suck. You're not talented enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not muscular enough. But those are lies from the enemy, because what does the devil have? Illusions. Don't listen to a defeated foe. Don't let other people's life discourage you. Even though they might be some real people, let that motivate you. Check your heart. If you feel envious of other people's blessings, you got to check your heart. And nothing to be envious about. I struggled with envy for years. At times I still do. But there's nothing to be envious about. You're one seat away from what you want in life. Just because you're not up there where they're at and they're trying to put you down, don't let that discourage you either. There's folks who's put me down because I'm not somewhere by 30. So what? God has the appointed time. It doesn't make sense to them and it doesn't make sense to me, but it makes sense. Like I said, it will happen when it happens. God don't play out by our rules. He does it when he feels like it. He's not playing with your life. I know you're going through some hardship right now, but you'll be out of it. We survived the pandemic. We banged our way through. We could bang our way through this, y'all. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is. Like they say, I'm possible. It's all up here. You can do it. The superheroes did it in their movies. They overcame. Jesus died and overcame the grave. You could overcome things in your life. You could overcome struggle. You could overcome lack. You could overcome envy, fear, doubt, covetousness, and anger and self-doubt. I struggled with all that for years. Like I said, I still struggle with some of those things, but I overcame it. And life is all about overcoming and becoming. Become the possibilities. Your testimony is someone else's example. Yeah, it might not make sense. You might not want to give your testimony. It might not reach everybody, but it will reach that one person. Just like the 99 sheep, that one person's all that matters. You don't have to go to a whole multitude. It's all about one, y'all. Let's do this, y'all. We banging!